Okay, hello. It is March 27th. We're doing this assignment today. So go to Home in Canvas. Click on that link right here. So we're going to do two things today. We're going to learn one new thing, okay, assignment lesson. So if you should have the paper assignment, but if you don't have the paper assignment, you can have this, click on this link here. Okay, and then here's a video that you're watching right now. And then here's a document for translations that you can open. So you click on it like this, on the arrow, click on this, and let's see, that's not the right one. And then it's this one right here. You can see this one right here, okay? And then you can translate different parts of it. So the first thing is, hopefully you read this and translate it in your language. But here's the assignment that you should have today. The assignment should be, let's see, this one right here. Yes, okay. Assignment March 27th, okay. So make sure step number one, read this first right here for question one. Okay, that would be this one right here. So go ahead and translate that and read that. Okay, so what do we do in a problem like this one here? Okay. Okay, so our first question is this right here. So make sure right here. So make sure you go to this document here and translate that part right there for question one, okay? Okay. Okay, so I want you to go ahead under question one and read this right here, strategy. So go ahead and translate that and read that, this part right here, okay? So go ahead and translate that and read that. But what we're going to do is we're going to look at this chart right here, right? So what do we know about this chart? Let's see. We know that, let me make this bigger. Okay. Okay, so we know that when the time, this is the time over here, right, in seconds. When that's 0, the height over here, right, this is the height, is 0. But that doesn't really help us. But we also know when the time is 2, the height is 48, right? So it's 48. So that means that if we have the correct function, also 2 over here, 48 over here. So now we're going to try 2 to see if it gives us 48 in these functions right here and here, okay? So that's what we're going to try. So let's try A first. So we're going to try this one. Let's try A, okay? Well, that's not, we don't know that's correct. I don't want to circle it, but I'm going to try it, okay? So I'm going to get my calculator. Okay, so here's a calculator. So I'm going to try this one right here, okay? So that's going to be, and what I'm going to do, right, is I'm going to put this 2, which is the t, right? That's the t. I'm going to take that 2 and I'm going to try it right there, but it also is right there both, okay? So I've got to put it in both places. Okay, so I'm going to go, let's see, let me get my calculator. There it is. So I'm going to go, negative, so I got to put the negative 3. Okay, so I'm going to put negative 3 for this, and then I've also got to put t, so that's where I'm going to put the 2 right there. So I got to go times 2, and then I have parentheses, so I got to go parentheses, and then t again. So we got to put in 2 times, and then plus 10. And then what do I get? I hit enter and I get negative 72. What should I get? Okay, when it's 2, it should be 48. When it's 2, it should be 48. So that tells me this one is wrong. Okay, so now I'm going to try this one right here. I'm going to try this one right here. Okay, so let's do that. Try out on your calculator, see what you get, and I'll try it real quick. Okay, so again, negative 3 from here times t. Again, it's 2. We're still trying with, oops. I got to go delete, oops, clear. So negative 3 times 2, parenthesis, and then 2 minus 10, parenthesis, enter, and that's, oh, it's 48. So that one does work. So this one is maybe, okay? Maybe. We have to try the other ones, okay? So you have to try this. Try all, okay? So does C work? Well, let's try it. So C, we're going to go, so that's not negative. That's just 3. So we're going to go 3 times 2, parenthesis, 2 minus, okay, enter, and that's negative 48, but we need it to be positive 48. So this one's negative 48. So that is no, so that's no good. And then we're going to try this one right here. This one probably be pretty easy, right? Times 2, and then 2 minus 3. So this is 20 times negative 1. Okay, that equals negative 20. So that's no good. So our correct answer is B. You got to try all of them, but you do process of elimination. And so that's the correct answer right there, okay? If 2 of them work, then you might have to try another one, okay? Okay, so everybody, please translate this. This is very important. Please translate that, okay? So, so here, this is for 2 and 48. For 2 and 48, this is the only one that was correct, so we eliminated those. Sometimes, maybe 2 choices are correct. Maybe this and this are correct. If you have 2 choices that are correct, then we'd have to try another point. Maybe like, for example, 7 and 63. 7 and 63, we try that, and we put it in the equation and to see if one does not work, okay? So that's how you do those kind of problems. That's question number 1. Okay, so now we're going to do this question number 2. Okay, and I want you to go over and read this one here. Please translate this, okay? And then these are the questions that we're going to be answering, so make sure that you translate those also, okay? Okay. Okay, so here we have this function, and we need to find out when the rocket will reach its maximum height. Well, something I want to do is I want to go back to this one over here, okay? Okay, so I want to get you, please read and translate this right here so you can understand what I'm going to do. Okay, so let's go back to this question right here. Let's see if we can go back to this. Let's see if I can get my pen to work. So question number 1, right? Let's look at this equation right here. I'm going to take this equation and I'm going to put it right here. So HT equals negative 3T parenthesis T minus 10, okay? So the way the equation works, okay, is this part in parentheses, this 10, the number T minus, it's always going to be minus 10. So this part right here, right, this 10 is always going to be match 10 right there. So if I know that number is 10, then this right here is 10, but it's always minus 10. It's always minus 10, okay? So that lets me know that it starts at 0, goes up in the air, and it's going to come down at 10 because of this number here, okay? So, and also remember that the maximum height is 1/2 of that, right? So 5 times 2 equals 10, right? Or 10 divided by 2 equals 5. Remember, this is the same. This is the same, right? So from here to here, 5. So from here to here, 5. 10, 5. So 1/2. Okay, now that you understand that, let's look at this one right here. Okay, so we've got this here, that a rocket after t seconds. So let's look at this part right here. This number right here, 14. So that says the rocket will go up like that. It'll come down 14 seconds, okay? So that's going to be when it will hit the ground. When in seconds will it reach its maximum? Well, the first question is a maximum, but 14 is to go all the way up and then down. So we go to the top. What is this, right? Well, it's going to be 14 divided by 2 equals 7, right? Same, 7, and then here to here, 7. So that means it's going to be 7, okay? So it's going to be, okay, this number here, 14 divided by 2, 7. So this is 7, this is 14. So that's that. And when in seconds will it reach the ground? Well, that's the 14 over here, right? Oops. And my pen's not working very well. There we go. Okay, so that's the first two questions. What's the maximum height? Okay, well, now that we have this equation, okay, so now that we already have the equation. And so what I did is I rewrote it up here like that. And I put new parentheses. Why? Because everywhere you see a T, okay, this T right there, that's the time, right? Okay. I'm going to put the time where it's the maximum height is right here, right? At the top. And that's when the time or the T is 7. So H7 is what I want. So I'm going to come to the equation wherever I see the T, put 7, 7, okay? And then in my calculator, I'm going to put this part right here into my calculator and find out what it equals. So let's do that. So I'm going to go, not this, only after the equals, only this part right here. So I go -5, parentheses 7, okay, for that. And then I'm going to do parenthesis again. And then I have to do small parenthesis again. You don't have to do it, but just so you know. So 7, and then parenthesis, minus 14, parentheses. So double check your work, make sure you enter it in the same way, and then enter. And according to this is 245 would be up here, right? 245, okay? Which is D right there, okay? So that is how you do these kind of questions, okay? So please make sure you do the practice questions. Let's see. So make sure you do the practice question for the new one here. Same type of question. So do those to practice. And I've got 2 sets of them, okay? So question here. So do those. And also today we're going to review for the quiz for tomorrow, okay? And you can use these notes. So you've done these kind of questions before, so please do these questions here. And then you've got those questions. And then finally, today we did this kind of problem right here. So review that. And then when you're done, enter your answers into Canvas. And that's the assignment.